I'm told we have loads and loads of calls, which is should be fascinating. Let's hit some of them, Amy.
OK, our first caller is 9 months pregnant. It's Layla on line 1.
Layla, good morning.
Morning.
Due any moment?
Yes.
Now?
Anytime now.
OK. So what have you eaten? Have you been on a diet in any shape or form while you've been pregnant?
I have, and it isn't mainly for vanity reasons, because I don't like, you know, the change in my body. I love my bump. I love my stretch marks. But it is because I am overweight. When I fell pregnant, I was overweight to begin with. Now, for someone of my size, the thought of then going to put on another, say, 2 stones is, I feel, you know, wasn't quite healthy for me or for the baby because of the medical risks involved.
So what have you been eating, or what have you been dieting with?
Well, I have followed a low-calorie diet, and I mean, you know, I wouldn't recommend it to anyone else, but it has been a plan where you mix meal replacements with conventional food.
When you say meal replacements, what have you...
So things like shakes and soups and bars.
Right, so proper diet aids?
Yes.
And in conjunction with your doctor?
It is a medically monitored program. I had been losing weight with this program before I fell pregnant.
Right.
And they do have a program you can follow during pregnancy, which is you incorporate conventional food.
OK, Layla, I want to bring in Rosemary, because this is... When we started talking about this part in the office a couple of weeks ago, some of the girls who wanted to talk about it very much, we all dealt with it from the perspective of normal-sized women wanting to lose weight because they didn't like the way they looked. Layla's case, and we've been touched on it a bit earlier, is different, and I guess it must affect a lot of mums.
It does. I'm not a great fan of meal replacement bars. I think we need to concentrate more on proper, healthy foods, and the trouble with meal replacement bars is they don't teach you long-term good eating habits. On the other hand, what she's saying is correct. If she's already overweight, if she put on loads of extra weight in the pregnancy, she could well end up with problems with high blood pressure. So doing it and being medically monitored is fine, but I wouldn't go as far as doing meal replacements.
Those bars are easy, though, that's the thing, isn't it? It's when you're pregnant and you're busy and everything else, they tell you how many calories are in there, you literally unwrap them and that's it, so you know. And sometimes it's a bit more difficult to work out exactly that. As you said, it's meal planning, isn't it?
And they are nutritionally balanced. They've got extra vitamins and minerals in, and as long as they're particularly designed for pregnancy... Matthew's laughing, we've got a crawl...
No, I know, she's absolutely... You know I hate kids, well, I'm making one exception at the moment. She's down there. She's really very, very amusing. And she cleans the floor wherever she goes. It's fantastic. Good.
I just want to say to Rosemary, I mean, isn't it actually about the whole process, the midwifery and everything, where actually the advice needs to be? I mean, we all need to be on a nutritional program. We're all different beings, and therefore the whole chemical makeup of our individual bodies is different. Absolutely, we're none of us the same. So we need that help. And it doesn't seem to be happening out of the medical field. I mean, you see people who've got all sorts of problems, and the doctor, your GP, doesn't necessarily talk to you about what do you eat, which should be almost the first question that when you've got something wrong with you.
And I have to say, doctors aren't trained particularly well in nutrition.
Well, which is my point. And if we actually got the healthcare workers who are dealing with pregnant women, and obviously all pregnant women, I assume, have somebody who they're talking to. If that was where the principal source of information...
They're just saying in my ear, Corky for PM. It's not the first... No, it's not the first time.
I think it's more like, will he shut up?
I think all of this issues would be cleared up.
OK. Layla, thank you very much for that. Let's see if we can rattle through a few more, please.
OK, our next caller had a baby 4 days ago. It's Claire on line 3.
Hi there, Claire.
Hello.
Excellent. So, what's your thought on dieting while pregnant?
Well, my situation is slightly different because I have a history of eating disorders. And dieting through pregnancy wasn't really an option for me. But it was terribly scary becoming pregnant and wondering what was going to happen to my body and how much weight I was going to put on. And
was your eating disorder, I mean, these problems, were they running right up to when you became pregnant?
I've been doing really well, probably for the last 7 years. I still see a dietitian on the odd occasion, and I did see a dietitian through the pregnancy to make sure that everything was fine and I was doing well and eating healthily.
So you were quite stressed when you became pregnant about food?
To an extent, I didn't allow it to become out of control. I didn't want my baby's health to be put at risk.
So tell me, Claire, so how did you deal with your changing body?
know really. It had to happen. There was no other option. It was going to happen. I was pregnant. I had to look at my diet and try to eat sensibly and try to eat healthily and just think about my baby, and that was the most important thing, really.
Because with many people with eating disorders, you don't see what you actually are, do you? You have a distorted view of your shape, and there you are, sort of expanding. It must be quite strange, I should imagine.
It's very, very strange, and I think that the beginning was the hardest bit. When I didn't actually look pregnant, I just looked as though I'd put on a little bit of weight, and that was the really hard bit for me to get my head around.
Okay.
Once I started to look pregnant, that was easier. And I was very lucky. I was absolutely starving all the way through the pregnancy. I had to eat. I had no choice. However, I didn't put on masses of weight. It was obviously the baby that needed the food. And I have given birth 4 days ago, and I feel absolutely fantastic.
Good for you. Good for you. That's a lovely note to end the discussion on, Claire. Thank you. And if you are pregnant and starving, don't worry, a snack break is just seconds away. First, I'd like to thank Margot for joining us this morning, and of course for bringing in Alexa, who is currently rewiring our studio for us. Right, Alexa? Yeah. Nice one. And of course, Dr. Rosemary as well for giving over time. Round of applause for her. Now, I must tell you, if you do want more advice on healthy eating during pregnancy, or indeed advice on healthy eating full stop, the Food Standards Agency's website is a place to go. Details, there you go, on the screen now. After the ads, we're discussing whether easy options are bad for kids. We're asking if parents should set high goals for their sprogs, even if they don't achieve them, or maybe you're better off giving your child, I don't know, an easy-to-play fake guitar that you can learn on your computer in minutes than a real one that could take a lifetime to master and the child may give up on. 0207 173 5555 is the number for your theories. Easy options, of course, are available everywhere, but are they bad for children? We'll find out after the break.
Who is encouraging youngsters to experience high culture like opera rather than street culture like hip-hop? Is it Ed Balls, Ed Vaizey or Boris Johnson? Answer after the break.